Morning sunlight spilled across Terminal C, glinting off the polished floor as if the airport itself were showing off. A black man in a plain gray hoodie and worn sneakers walked toward the first-class gate, boarding pass in hand. He wasn't flashy. His calm confidence carried its own quiet weight. But to Captain Harris, standing beside the gate with his coffee and his ego, the man looked out of place. "Hold up, buddy," the pilot barked, sliding his sunglasses down. "First class only." The man lifted an eyebrow. "That's what my ticket says." Harris gave a thin smile, the kind that hides insults behind courtesy. "Must be a printing error. Happens all the time." Laughter bubbled from two attendants nearby. The man just tucked his ticket back into his hoodie pocket and waited, saying nothing. His silence unsettled them more than anger ever could. Passengers paused, pretending not to stare, phones tilted discreetly to record. Someone whispered, "Is this really happening?" Another muttered, "Not again." The pilot, enjoying his small audience, leaned closer. "Relax, I'm doing you a favor. Economy's more your vibe, right?" The man's calm didn't crack. He looked Harris in the eye and said softly, "You sure you know who you're talking to?" That question hit like turbulence. Harris laughed it off, but his grin twitched. Before he could answer, a flight attendant rushed from the jet bridge, panic flashing in her eyes. "Captain, stop. That's Mr. Cole." The laughter died instantly. "Mr. Cole?" "Sir," she said, voice trembling, "he's the new CEO." And just like that, the crowd erupted in murmurs. The man in the hoodie finally smiled. If you're enjoying how this story is unfolding, don't forget to like and subscribe. Splendid Tales is just getting started. The silence after that reveal could have grounded a jet. Captain Harris blinked, his smirk collapsing faster than a paper plane in a storm. The crowd's whispers turned sharp, some recorded, others grinning like they'd just witnessed karma clock in for duty. The man, Mr. Cole, didn't gloat. He simply stepped past Harris, his calm steps echoing louder than any insult ever could. Inside the cabin, first-class passengers rose from their seats, stunned. Harris followed, cheeks burning under the fluorescent lights. He stammered an apology, words tripping over each other like bad landing gear. Mr. Cole turned his head slightly and said, "No need to apologize. Just reflect." That sentence hit harder than a suspension notice. The flight attendant avoided eye contact. Even the co-pilot looked like he wanted to disappear into the cockpit. Harris stood frozen, replaying his own arrogance like a bad in-flight movie. Meanwhile, social media was already on fire. Passengers uploaded the footage. Hashtags like Gate of Judgment and Karma Airlines began trending. Within an hour, the airline's PR team was calling non-stop. Mr. Cole watched from his window seat as the plane took off, the city shrinking beneath him. He didn't smile. He didn't have to. Viewers, if you're enjoying this twist, hit that like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Splendid Tales. Trust me, this flight's only beginning, and the turbulence ahead, oh, it's personal. By the time the plane landed, the internet had already crowned Mr. Cole the quiet king of karma. Captain Harris's name was everywhere. Screenshots, headlines, even memes showing his shocked face under captions like, "When you realize you just insulted your boss." The man went viral for all the wrong reasons. At headquarters, Mr. Cole stepped into his new office. No grand speech, no press release, just results. A quiet storm wrapped in authority. He called HR, legal, and communications. "Handle it by the book," he said, "but make sure it's the big book." Within hours, Captain Harris was summoned for a disciplinary hearing. He strutted in at first, trying to carry that same swagger, but it was gone. The air around him heavy with silence. Every question sliced through his excuses like blades. "Is this how you represent this company? Did you verify before humiliating a passenger? Did you realize who that man was?" He had no answers, just guilt and sweat. Outside, journalists camped by the gates. Inside, Mr. Cole sat watching the live coverage. He didn't gloat, but his eyes held that same quiet power, the kind that doesn't need revenge to prove a point. By sunset, Harris's badge and wings were on the desk, his career grounded indefinitely. Weeks passed, and the scandal refused to fade. Every news outlet ran the story of the arrogant pilot and the calm man in the hoodie. The airline's stock trembled, and shareholders demanded answers. Behind closed doors, Mr. Cole never once raised his voice. His silence had become the loudest authority in the room. Captain Harris tried everything: statements, apologies, even a shaky video begging the public for forgiveness. But the internet doesn't forget. Every apology sounded rehearsed, every tear suspicious. The same arrogance that once fueled him now burned him from within. He'd lost his badge, his pension, and the respect of an entire industry. One afternoon, Mr. Cole arrived at the hangar for an inspection. Workers stopped to watch, whispers rippled through the air. Harris was there too, reduced to a ground crew trainee in a bright orange vest, wiping oil from the floor. When he saw Mr. Cole approaching, he straightened up, shame coloring his face. "Morning, Harris," Mr. Cole said calmly. "How's the ground treating you?" The former captain swallowed hard. "Teaches you perspective, sir." "Good," Mr. Cole nodded. "It's about time you learned to look up from the ground." He walked away, leaving Harris standing beneath the shadow of the plane, silent, humbled, and finally aware of what respect truly means. As the engines roared to life, the crowd knew the message was bigger than one man's fall. It wasn't about power or payback, it was about humanity, about judging less, serving better, and remembering that character, not color, earns the right to fly first class. If you felt that justice landed right where it should, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Splendid Tales for more stories that open eyes and hit hard.